There's a lot of people in the business like myself, just to themselves, reclusive. Well, I think a lot of people confuse it with lack of confidence. Like, I'm still very confident. Marshall is extremely confident. I think being an addict has something to do with it.
Addict?
Yeah.
Addicted to what?
Well, I'm addicted to alcohol.
Wir sind immer noch auf dem Out4Fame Festival. Neben mir sitzt Royce the 5'9". Thank you so much for taking the time.
What's up? Thank you for having me.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm a little under the weather. Like I'm coming down with a cold or something.
We have to sit a little closer because I can't hear you. Do you remember that the last time we had the same situation, that it was so loud that we had to sit so close?
I do remember.
I just walked up to him, by the way, and I was like, Royce, do you remember me? And he was like, yes, I did your first interview.
I did the first interview, I remember.
What do you say about the first interview?
It was good. I think they were a little hard on you. I think the guy that was with you was a little bit hard on you, but I thought you did okay.
Well, you were hard on me.
Bream was hard on you.
Listen.
Bream was hard on you.
No. Bream was really, really nice, and you were hard on me.
What did I do?
You were a little ignorant.
Oh, come on. Really? What did I say?
Not much. That was the problem.
I mean, Bream is the one who does most of the talking when we do
That's
prime
right.
interviews.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's trying to be the funny guy, right?
Yeah, of course.
You're like more serious.
Yeah, I'm just chilling.
You trying to keep it real, or what's the reason?
I'm just being myself. It's all I really can be.
Probably the best thing to do.
Yeah.
So, how was the show? You just got off the stage.
It was great. The crowd is really great. It's always an amazing energy whenever we come out to Germany. Always an amazing energy. Always running into great people, nice people like yourself, you know what I mean? So I always have a good time when I come out.
So let's not talk too much about the superficial stuff. Your last album, you dropped it 2 months ago, right?
Yeah, yep. 2 months, I can't remember the month.
How crazy does it feel? Like, isn't it insane? Like, the resonance is insane. Everything's so
yeah, I mean,
surreal.
It's a great feeling. It actually landed #1 on the hip hop charts. I'm very, very happy about that. It exceeded all expectations. Any expectation I had for it, it exceeded it by far. I'm just happy. We did it all independent, all my own money, did everything behind the scenes ourselves. No help from no major corporation or anything. It felt good.
So is Preem on this one too?
He's not on this album. We decided to keep Prime separate.
All right, okay.
So yeah.
So you talked about the craziest day you ever had.
Yeah. That day was.
How could you, or where's the difference between putting stories like that into music and not at all into interviews, for example, or like not at all telling it in front of cameras like a storyteller or a movie or something like?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? The difference is when you put those kinds of stories on a song for people to hear. When you do interviews, people want to talk about them. So it gives you a little bit more to talk about, a little more things to grab onto. You end up being in a position where you can talk about things that you're passionate about, that you care about, and then people won't accuse you of not saying a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're talking about things that you really, really feel confident about. So I find myself when I'm doing interviews now, I get asked about things where I want to say more, because I'm normally a very introverted to myself.
You are?
Yeah.
That's very unusual for a rapper or an entertainer, as you are when you are a rapper, right?
See, that's the thing. It's not really unusual. People don't really talk about it. There's a lot of people in the business like myself, just to themselves, reclusive, more about the music, actually making the music than anything else. And then you got a lot of people who just like this. They like doing the talking and they like all of the hoopla that comes along with it. A lot of those people are the ones who are really like pushing to be famous. I don't really have any desire to be famous. I just want to make great music.
I talked to a booker from Open Air Frauenfeld actually, and he told me about meeting Eminem, and he told me that this was exactly what he was like. Like he would tell me that when listening to Eminem's music, he would never have thought that this would be a guy that would be bullied or anything. But when he saw him, he thought he was so introverted and so like, when a guy is really like into himself or whatever, he would walk with a proud chest and like his chin up high, as you would say. And he would not at all do that. Why is that? Because you guys have accomplished so much that you could actually, I don't know how to put it, but you could actually be so proud that you could put it out as well, like in your appearance.
Well, I think a lot of people confuse it with lack of confidence. You know, like, I'm still very confident. Marshall was extremely confident. You know, I think being an addict has something to do with it. You know,
Addict?
Yeah.
Addicted to what?
Well, I'm addicted to alcohol. I'm an alcoholic.
Okay.
Yeah, so I decided to stop almost 4 years ago. So it'll be 4 years in September.
Whoa.
that I'm sober. So
congratulations.
Thank you. I think that has something to do with it. I probably didn't realize that I was drinking a lot of times to escape it. So all while I was drinking real heavy, nobody probably noticed it. Now that I'm sober, I'm just kind of chill. You know, I'm just kind of dealing with things in real time. You know what I mean? Like, I'm dealing with things. I'm not drinking to get away from them. I just deal with them as they happen. So I'm just real chill about everything.
I mean, you're not even closed up about this topic. The first thing that you told me when I asked you why you remember that you saw me, like, that's 1.5 years ago.
Yeah, I'm getting my memory back. I remember things now. Yeah, I like talking about it because it helps me. It helps me continue. You know, they say in sobriety, anybody can dry up and just kind of like put some shit down, but actually being sober is a whole way of living. One of the steps is just to kind of, for me, is to be vocal, and I'm finding that it helps other people when I talk about it. And when I find out that I'm helping other people, it helps me because I feel like I'm having some success with being sober, and you know, that success within my sobriety makes me addicted to the action of being sober.
That's great. So what do you feel was the hardest part about getting sober?
I think the hardest part was admitting to myself that I couldn't stop without help.
Sorry, say that again.
Admitting to myself that I couldn't stop without help from somebody. You know, we all think, you know, when we start drinking, we think it'll be easy to stop. I can stop anytime I want to. So I tried everything. I tried switching to wine. I tried only drinking on the weekends.
Yeah.
None of that shit worked. You know what I'm saying? So when I realized that I had to call other people for help, that's when I was at my strongest. That's when I realized I was at my strongest. You know, so it took me a long time to get to that point, but I'm there now. So
that takes a lot of strength as well, and a lot of confidence as well, to say I'm not strong enough.
Yes, it does.
To do this. Have you ever felt like this? Have you ever felt like this? Have you ever felt like this within the music, that you weren't confident enough and you had to ask for help? Because, I mean, I'm not saying you weren't confident enough, but of course, people like Primo helped you.
Yeah.
You know, you remember last year, I thought you were like 25 or something, and I said, like, how crazy was it for you when Dr. Dre called your home? And, you know, did you ever feel that point?
You know what? When I first got sober, it was really, really hard for me to get confident about the music I was making. I had to teach myself pretty much how to record, stay patient in the studio, and judge things, hearing it different. You know what I mean? So I was making a lot of good music and I didn't even know it because I was so critical.
Yeah.
I was so used to the process being so different that I had to get used to the process being different.
Okay.
And once I got used to it, I started getting more confident. That's why it took me so long to release music when I first got sober. It took me about 2 years.
Thank you so much for being so open with me, Royce.
Thank you. Always a pleasure to see you and speak to you.
Thank you so much. Royce+A auf dem Out4Fame Festival. Ich bin Helen Zeit und das ist Hiphop.de.